Hello and welcome to week 5 of me making my very first animated short film. How are you guys doing? How's your projects coming along? Let me know. This has been a second week of making backgrounds for me. As I said in the last video, this is going to be a section of this project that's going to take a while. I'm thinking 3 to 4 weeks probably. And this is the second one. So to break things up a little bit, I've decided to do a tiny little Q&A today. And while I answer some questions, there will be a little speed painting going on in the background. I hope you guys will enjoy. First, I want to say thank you so much for the questions. And if anyone else has any questions at all, feel free to comment on this video or message me on Instagram or Twitter or wherever you'd like, and I'll try to answer them. I also want to remind you guys that this is my first time doing a project of this kind. I am not a professional, so all of the opinions or all of the answers that I'm going to be giving is purely just from my brain. Okay, first up, the Hargern. I'm so sorry, butchering your name the first thing I do. The questions read: how do you create your animation short films? Do you create a complete storyboard first before you start animating? This is a question from the Twitter sphere, so I'm actually not sure if the Hargern is watching my videos or not. Since this is my first short film project, I guess I don't really have a structured, complete plan of how I do this. And that's a little bit what this video series and this project in general is about. It's for me to feel this out, have fun, figure out how I want to do this, and in the future, maybe I will have like a more clear path of how I do things, how long it takes, when I do things, just structure in general. So it will be very interesting for both me and hopefully for the viewers as well, as we try to figure this out. I obviously have done some research before I started it out, and that's why I have all of my documents that I did in the first day. Like, I feel like the spreadsheet is the best thing that I could have ever done before I started this project, because there I have everything actually structured out. I saw some people on YouTube doing their projects that way, and I've also, I was an intern actually at a VFX company for a while, and it's very similar to how they structured their shots and stuff. And I think most of the companies in the business do something similar. Moving on to your other question, which was if I create a complete storyboard first before I start animating. So if we're talking short films, I think it's a very good idea to make a complete storyboard first. If you're doing like a short little thing, you're doing animation tests or whatever, you definitely don't need to do that. But if you're doing a sort of like a short or a film of any kind, it's almost a must if you want to help yourself out. I do believe it's completely possible to make it without a storyboard, but it's so much easier if you have everything planned out beforehand. You can still play around with stuff, add or take away shots, but at least you have some sort of idea of what you want, what it's going to look like, and how long it's going to be. So I would recommend creating a storyboard first, yes. And this next question is from Wix and Wims, and they're asking about what kind of programs that I'm using in this process. I'm not really using anything out of the ordinary. I would say the only program that I use that's maybe not really known is Kdenlive, and that's the one I use for editing. Other than that, for sketching and drawing out stuff, I'm using Procreate on my iPad and Photoshop. For creating my 3D scenes, I used Blender, which is a free software. I highly recommend it. It is great. And when it comes down to the animating part, I actually haven't completely decided on which program I'm going to be using yet. I'm leaning towards using Adobe Animate. I am very curious to try out TV Paint or Toon Boom Harmony, but I don't have licenses for these programs yet, and I don't think a free trial would cover the production time of this short. So I actually do have the Adobe Creative Cloud license, so that's why I'm probably gonna go with that. Okay, next question. Evil Ant-Man 1, amazing name, by the way, is working on their own little thing here, it seems. And they're wondering about how I'm gonna tackle sound. Will you outsource or try to make your own? So, since this is my first ever short film, I very early decided that I am not gonna go for, you know, any narrating or dialogue or anything like that. I'm purely gonna have I'm gonna have a song pretty much playing throughout. And it so happens that my partner actually enjoys creating music a lot, so it's a pretty good deal for both of us. I'm very thankful for this. So yeah, I'm gonna have music especially made for this short. Okay, last question. This video is getting a lot longer than I thought it would be. So Ariad is asking, do you have a final date? And the short answer to this is no, I don't. I set out on this journey to create this short film, not only because I was excited about it and I really wanted to do it, it's also because I wanted to learn about this whole process, see how long it would take me, see what I would like and wouldn't like, and just to go through the whole process of making this myself. So, I mean, obviously I have some sort of idea of when I want it to be done. Ultimately, I'd really like to be done with it before summer. But no, I don't have an exact date. But I'll probably, you know, let you guys know when I do have one. I'm also considering entering it into some film festivals or stuff like that. So that also is gonna affect when it will be released, so to say. Okay, so I hope that answers all of you guys' questions. If anyone else have questions, yeah, just let me know. I'll try to answer them in a future video. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for following me on this journey. Next week, I'll give you guys an update on how the backgrounds are going, and yeah, follow me on my socials if you want weekly or almost daily updates of my work, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.